So in this one we are asked to simplify the expression. Okay, and there's a lot going on here. We got a bunch of 5s, we got a bunch of fractional powers, we even have a negative fractional power. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of that negative power if I can, and since this is a multiplication, fraction powers, and they all play nice, I can do that. I can move the 5 to the negative 1/2 to the bottom, giving us a 5 to the 1/2. So let me do that to start with. So this is equal to 5x to the 5/2 over 5 to the 1/2 times 5x to the 3/2. Okay. Now, I have this 5x to the 3/2 here. Now, I have 5 separated on the top and the bottom. So I want to separate this out. Now, the nice thing is again, multiplication and powers play nice. So I can just break that up. I'm going to leave the top just as it is. I haven't done anything there. 5 to the 1/2 times, we're going to get 5 to the 3/2 times x to the 3/2. Right? This power that I have distributes to both of our bases, both the 5 and the x. Okay. Now, let's use our power rules. All right, we have a 5 to the 1/2 and a 5 to the 3/2. That's going to be a 5 to the 1/2 plus 3/2. Let's write that step down. Okay, times x to the 3/2. All right, well, 1/2 plus 3/2 is the same as 4/2, right? This thing is 4/2, but 4/2 is the same thing as 2. So this whole thing is 5 to the power 2 on the bottom, right? So you're going to get 5 over 5 squared, x to the 5/2, x to the 3/2. Okay, right. And now, if we want to, at this point, we can cancel out one of those 5s with one of those 5s down there. Okay, so the 5 on the top is gone. Now the other thing we can do is that we can actually move this x to the top. But again, we have to move it at the cost of a minus sign. That gets our x's together. So this is going to be x to the 5/2 times x to the negative 3/2, all over our remaining 5 that we have down here. Okay. Now this might be a little simpler to work with at this point, because now we have multiplication and our powers. So we're going to get x to the 5/2 minus 3/2. Well, 5/2 minus 3/2, if you plug that into a calculating device, is 2/2. But 2/2 is the same thing as 1. All right, so let's do one more step there. X to the 5/2 minus 3/2 for 5. That's the same thing as x to the 1 over 5. And that is our simplified form. And that's pretty gosh darn simple considering what we started with. Okay?